Hey guys, Colin here at the Deep Tissue Massage Center to show you how to optimize your hamstring stretching. So the first thing you'll notice is that I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm going to have another chair facing me here, and then put my leg up on the chair like so. Now, a lot of people tend to do a standard hamstring stretch, standing on one leg, putting the other leg up on a table or up on a bench or something like that, a railing. The reason I don't like to do this is because when you're on one leg like that, you're more concerned about balance and falling over as much as you are your stretch. So if I'm really concerned about my balance, I might be trying to find my balance on that one supporting leg and tightening up my hamstring of the leg I'm trying to really stretch out and trying to keep my balance while I'm doing the stretch. So I want to eliminate that as a distraction of any sort. So what I do is I have somebody sit in the chair with their sits bones or their butt nice and flat in the chair, the other leg flat on the ground, put one leg up in front of them like so. You can have your leg totally locked straight or slightly bent, either one works great. So from this position, what I generally have people do is then hinge from their waist, make sure that their shoulders are square toward the chair in front of them and toward the leg in front of them, and they're going to lead with their chest. That way you avoid rounding as you do this, and you tend to get the maximum amount of stretch. So right now what I'm doing is I'm having my foot straight up. This is a general hamstring stretch. What I then want to show you is what would be more of a specific hamstring stretch for both the inside and outside hamstring muscles. So most people think of the hamstrings as one muscle. They're actually two subcategories, both inner and outer aspects of the hamstring. So with my foot straight up, I'm actually hitting both in a general sense. But if I really want to try and target one area, and say in the first case I'm going to target the inside hamstrings. And what I'd have you do then is take your foot and turn it in at a 45-degree angle like I'm doing right now. And you're still going to bend the same. You're going to hinge from your hips, chest forward, shoulders squared to the chair and the leg in front of you, and you're going to bend forward like so. And you'll start to feel that more on the inside of the hamstring. And this is especially helpful for people that might have some medial knee pain, because the submembranosus and subtendinosus, two of the inside hamstring muscles here, they come down, they join another muscle right in through here, and they can cause what people think is more of a meniscus problem when it's actually an inside hamstring problem. So that's one thing you can do. Now the other thing you can do is target the outside hamstring, and that's the biceps femoris. In order to do that, I take my foot that would normally be pointed straight up and I turn it out at a 45-degree angle. Same thing, hinging from the waist, chest forward, shoulders squared toward my leg in the chair in front of me, and I bend forward like so. And the rule of thumb about this is that when you're doing your bend forward, you don't want to try and overstretch. You're not trying to push this stretch too quickly. You don't want to injure yourself, and you don't want to cause the muscle to have a rebound effect in which it wants to tighten up to protect itself. So less is more when it comes to your stretches. You want to really ease into them. And what my general rule of thumb is around this is that I have somebody hold a stretch for anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. I tell them to find a zone of stretch or leaning forward so that it's a comfortable stretch that you can do without feeling like you're having to tense and fight it. And then once you're in that position, you want to take deep breaths, and wherever it feels tight and you're feeling a little bit of resistance, you want to, in your mind's eye, imagine as you breathe out that those fibers are opening up and they're lengthening. So that's how I usually have people do it. So I would suggest you try it with your foot straight up, foot turned in at a 45-degree angle and out at a 45-degree angle. One thing I'll mention about the outer hamstring is that a lot of times people will have pain in the outside rear part of the knee. This is common a lot of times with IT band issues as well. And if you're having pain in that rear knee area on the outside, oftentimes it is that outside hamstring that can be feeding into that. So play with this and find the position where you get the best stretch and work with that. Then you can always come back to the middle and do the more general hamstring stretch.